Confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, right? Right. So then, what topic here we are discussing there? We are discussing about primary key generation algorithms. We are discussing there in primary key generation algorithms. Even we completed like what there assigned primary key generation algorithm here we completed. Up to now here what we completed there assigned primary key generation algorithm here we completed. Okay, fine. Right. Sir. Right. Sir. Next one is now we need to go for like what there increment mechanism here we are going to understand. What is the meaning of this increment content here? What exactly the meaning of increment thing? No increment algorithm. What it is going to be happen here inside this? Then we are going to check this increment. Observe carefully what we are able to understand it. No. All right, sir. It is able to generate primary key. It is able to generate primary key value by incrementing by incrementing one value over the max value of the primary key column. That is understand it clearly. New val is equal to max of primary key plus 1. New val is what there max of primary key plus 1. Okay, is able to generate primary key value by incrementing one value over the max value of the primary key column. So new value is equal to max of pk plus 1. That is the thing here we are getting as. Guys, once again, please confirm to me. All of you are listening. All of you get my voice on screen. Okay. Right, sir. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. Then after that, then what next one here? What it able to generate there? It able to generate the primary key values. It able to generate the primary key values of types int comma, short comma, long, and so on. That means max numeric values only. Right, sir. It's a class name or a short name is it's a Short name or class name? Short name is what there is short name. It's class name. Of course, short name is like what there increment. It's a short name is like what there increment only. Okay, and its class name is what there. And its class name is already arg dot hibernate dot id dot increment hibernate dot then what there increment generator. Right. So now this is the class name here we have to provide arg dot hibernate dot id dot increment generator. This is what we have to specify there. Okay. All right, sir. Now here, what it is supporting here? No, what it is supporting there? It is supported by almost all the databases. Almost all the databases are supporting this. Let's see an example here on the base of this. Already we prepared one example here on the base of this. Now let's understand this clearly. Okay. Right. So now let's take this one. What database here we are using there? Oracle database here we are using EMP1. Now here observe carefully. Select star from EMP1. No records are available, guys. Observe carefully. All right. No records are available. Now here I'm going to use like what there. Employee.java. All right. App.java. Inside this app.java, just I want to provide like what there. One is a value. So these details here we are providing it. For your understanding purpose, I'm telling to you. All right. Then after that, after completion of this, then what next one again? That's okay, fine. Database here I want to export it. Now let me run this program. No, 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 no. This is okay, fine. 1 minute, guys. Now here we are going to provide like what there. I need to change the date type. Then delete from EMP1. Commit. All right, sir. Now observe carefully. In mapping file, what we have to do there is still we provided like what there assigned only. But I have to provide like what there increment. Increment here we have to provide there, but we should not provide value for what there. We should not provide value for what there. This particular one. That means employee number. Got my point or not? We should not provide value for what there employee number. We should not provide value for what there 1 point number. Okay. Okay. Now observe carefully. We are not providing primary key value, but automatically increment algorithm will provide that primary key value now. Now let me execute this app.java. Now here I want to execute this. Before that, now let me check this here in my database. Select star from EMP1. No data is available. At the same time, in my application also, I am not providing any data for ENO, but automatically value will come there. Let me check this. Now here we are getting something else like what there? Employee inserted successfully. Employee inserted successfully. No problem. Employee inserted successfully. Now let us check this data here inside this. Select star form. Employee. Then what value we are getting, sir? 1. Initially 0. No record is available. So 0 incremented by 1. 1 AAA 5000 and added we are getting that. That's okay, fine. Now I want to insert one more record by changing the data. BBB. Now it will be like what there? 6000. Now it will be like what there? Something else like what there? Chennai. Also careful. Now let me execute this once again. Now. Here we are getting again the data. Employee inserted successfully. Something else. Later on, I'll check this problem also. Now here, we need to check this. No, in the database here, we are getting 2 records. No, now the second record is like what there? 222 BBB 6000. Chennai we are getting there. Again here, if you are inserting the another record by providing some other data here, like what there? CCC. Now it will be like what there? 7000. Now it will be like what there? Something else like what Pune. Now the record is going to be inserted into the database now. Record is going to be inserted into the database there. Now try to check with it. Now here we are getting third record here, but order maybe it is a internal content here, but it is not required for us. That is created. Now the third one is like what the 3 record is also being inserted here. But every time value is incremented for the higher value or not. Every time value is incremented for what their higher value here. So that's why here we have to go for like what their primary key generation algorithm. That is what their increment algorithm. Here we have to use like what their increment algorithm here we are going to use. Okay. So, one. Right, sir. Okay, then this is the point here I'm telling there. Right, sir. Now this is increment algorithm. The next one is like what there? Sequence. Sequence algorithm. What is the meaning of the sequence algorithm here? Observe carefully. It is able to create a primary key value on the basis of sequence provided by the underlying database. On the basis of the underlying database, on the basis of the underlying database provided sequence only, it's going to be generated a primary key value. But how it is, I will show in the point of the programming now. Next one is what types are what type of data here it able to provide there, what type of a primary key here it able to provide there, int, long, then and so on, float, like this, short into long key. Right, sir. Then input parameters. Yes, it requires some input parameters. That is what the sequence from database. Sequence name here we require to provide this. Input parameter is required here. Okay. Right. Right. Then what next one here? Apart from this, what database are supporting here? Which databases are supporting the sequences? No, all the databases are supporting this particular algorithm. Okay. All right, sir. What is the short name? Short name of this particular algorithm? Sequence. Sequence is a short name of this particular algorithm. All right, sir. What is the predefined class name there? Class name. What is the predefined class name here? We can understand arg dot hibernate dot id dot sequence generated. All right, sir. Class name is what there? Arg dot hibernate dot id dot sequence generated. This is what we are getting there. Okay. Right, so now let me show this point here, what I am telling to you. Observe carefully. First of all, in the database, we have to create a sequence. I want to delete this data also, delete from EMP1. All right. Now, okay, I want to create a sequence in the database. Now, try to understand it clearly. Create sequence. Sequence is nothing but what there continuously able to generate some value by incrementing some amount of value. By incrementing some amount of value, able to generate some like what their primary key value. That's why here we have to use it. Create a sequence, my sequence, increment by 5. Sequence created. Create sequence, my sequence. The sequence name is what there, my sequence, increment by 5. Okay. Then commit is required, guys. Without commit, it is not possible. Okay. Then after completion of this, then what we have to do there? Now go for the application. Inside this application, go for this mapping file. Inside the mapping file, here we have to use like what there. Generator is like what there, sequence. Inside this, we require some parameter. What parameter is required here? Inside this param name is equal to my sequence, sequence name, my sequence. Here what we have to provide there, my sequence. I think so. Sequence name of the parameter sequence that we have to provide. Name is what their sequence and sequence the parameter name and value is what their my sequence. This way how to provide. Okay. Now here what we have to do there whenever we are doing this in the application, we should not provide any value here. Now here we have to provide like what there AAA 5000 and a header batch. Data here I want to provide initially no value, but sequence value it will be taken, then it able to provide the value. Right, sir. Now let us search for this. Now let me execute my program now. Right, sir. Inserted successfully. Let us check in the database now. Select a star from EMP1. Here we are getting the data 1 AAA 5000. Initially 1 is a value it has taken there. Right. And then what happened inside this? Now observe carefully. Now here we provided sequence only clearly. Now the second record I want insert there, then it will take some incrementation internally. What incrementation it able to take there internally? 6000 and some value here. Now let me execute once again. Now. Inserted successfully. Now here incrementation is done by 5. For example, if I provide next record here I want to provide it. Now it will be like what there CCC and 7000 add a bit. If you observe this, click on this, execute this. Right, now here we are getting it now. We'll check this. Now here we are getting 11. 6 to 11, what's the value you know? Then 5 is the difference is available. So in that way here we are able to provide some data clearly. Now this is exactly the meaning of like what their sequence. But one more point I'm telling to you. For example, in mapping file, if you are not providing this sequence, this configuration there now. If you are not providing this configuration, internally, hibernate software will search for a default sequence name, that is like what there hibernate underscore sequence name. It will search for a default sequence name internally if you're not providing this. Let us execute this now. Here what is going to be happen? I want to provide new data, or else maybe I want to delete all the records here. Commit. Now let's observe this clearly. I want to run this example, but it will search for hibernate underscore default sequence name now. I want to provide this data 5000 and I had a batch. Now here we are getting an exception there. Sequence does not exist. What sequence does not exist, guys? Any idea? Are able to get anything? No. Could not extract a result set. Something else, no. But what sequence is not identified there? We have to understand. Definitely here we are able to get something else. This is another one here. Anyway, here it is searching for one sequence here, but it is not giving complete description. Now here, do one thing. Let's provide an hibernate mapping. Here I want to provide like what there. Property name is equal to hibernate dot show SQL true. If we provide this, now let me execute this once again. No, definitely here we are able to get what there. Some error here we are getting there. Yeah. Here it is. Now we are getting this now. Now try to understand it clearly. Hibernate underscore sequence. It is trying to check for hibernate underscore sequence. Now. Next value is the internal value. Hibernate underscore sequence. It is searching there, but it is not available. But if we a sequence, create a sequence name hibernate underscore sequence increment by 10. If I provide this, sequence is created here. Now we can see this one. Now we are able to get the outputs without getting the data. Now in the database here, we don't have any data. No. Select a star from EMP1. No record is available, but now let me execute this. Now here we are getting it. Select hibernate underscore sequence. Naturally, then inserting the data, employee inserted successfully. Now in the database table here, we can check this. All right, sir, one we are getting. But if we provide like what there, if I provide some other data like what there, BBB, it's something else like what there, 6,000 and I divide. Now here incrementation will be 10 now. Now this is a hibernate sequence. Incrementation will be like what there, 10 now. 10 is going to be incremented here. Let us check this clearly. 11 we are getting the value. Okay. So in that way, the sequence algorithm is going to be happen, guys. Okay. This is a clear cut information about like what their sequence algorithm here we are getting. Right. Guys, just give a minute of time. I'll come back now. Just 1 minute. Right. Just give a minute of time, guys. I'll come back. Guys, now just have taken 1 minute gap, don't worry. Now here, what we completed here, sequence we completed. Now here, short name is what their sequence only, input parameter is what their sequence name only. Sequence is the input parameter that we have to provide. Alright, sir. Now by default, what is available here? Hibernate underscore sequence is a default parameter value. It will check. Alright, guys. This is what exactly the meaning of like what their sequence name here we are getting. Right, guys. Sequence algorithm here we understood in this way. Then what next one here after completion of this? Okay. All right. Then after that, let me go for the next algorithm is what there identity algorithm. Identity. What exactly the identity algorithm here? What is this identity algorithm? Not try to understand it. No. Observe carefully, guys. This is somewhat different. Try to understand it. No. It is able to generate. It is able to generate primary key value on the basis of the underlying, guys, understand it clearly, on the basis of the underlying database table provided identity column. It is able to generate primary key value on the basis of the underlying database table provided identity column. Yeah, it is able to generate primary key column, primary key value on the basis of the underlying database table provided identity column. Okay, right, sir. Now, what is this identity column? What is the meaning of this identity column? It is a primary key column. It's a primary key column. It must have auto increment capability. Auto increment capability. It must have what there auto increment capability. Right, sir. Now it able to provide the ID values like data types, like what there, what data types here it able to provide there short, int, long, and so on. It able to provide the data type like what there short, int, long, and so on. Right, sir. It doesn't require any input parameter. Input parameter is what there, no input parameter. We don't require any input parameter here. Right, sir. Mainly supported databases. If you observe this, what databases are supporting this one? Supported databases like what the max MySQL is supporting, guys, as per my awareness. Oracle is not supporting this. I think so. MySQL is supporting, but H2 database, I didn't check it, sir, previously. Maybe I don't know. Okay. Right. Yeah, Microsoft SQL maybe I didn't check it, but as of now, MySQL is okay. MySQL is supporting. Right. Now let us work with the MySQL database then. If you want to check this particular one, then what we have to do then? MySQL database here we have to identify. We have to check it. Now tell me guys, what we have to do there regarding this MySQL database. Now, first of all, let me open my MySQL database there. In MySQL database, drop table emp1 commit. We dropped it. We dropped it. Now here, what we have to do there? I want to create a table. Create a table emp1. Observe carefully, guys. Then what I'm telling now? envo int primary key. Then it must have auto increment. It must have auto increment. Ename care of 10 e shall float EADDR care of 10. Create a table emp1 envo into primary key. Here we need to have some point here. Then auto increment ename care of 10 e shall float EADDR care of 10. Like this are given, guys. Now it's okay. Query is created here. Commit description emp1. Observe carefully. Extra is what there. Auto increment for what there envo. Right. Try to understand it clearly. Next one is if you want to use MySQL database in our application, what changes here we require, sir? Now tell me. Now here generator here I need to take like what there identity. The generator name is what the short name here we can use there identity. That short name here we can use identity here. Okay. Then after that in the database now what we have to do there? All right, sir. In mapping file we have to use last is I want to copy and paste it. Okay. Now here I want to provide like what there MySQL database. Driver class name com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. jdbc colon mysql colon slash s localhost colon 3306 slash durga db. Database username is like what they wrote. Database password is like what they wrote. Okay. Next one is show SQL and everything is okay, but dial dialect here I have to change it. Now here we have to provide like what there MySQL dialect. Right. This is okay. This is like what there MySQL. Let me check this MySQL dependencies. No, MySQL connector is available or not. Oracle is available, but MySQL connector is not available. But here In our content, MySQL connector is available. This is a dependency now. MySQL connector dependency here we have to provide. Let me check this. Now let me download this. Protobuf is available. MySQL connector. It's okay, fine. Here we are getting it. MySQL is also available now. Now again, we have to check the data in MySQL database. Now again, select star from EMP1. No record is available. Right. Now let me change my data here. Now again, I want to provide like what there AAA 5000 and database. Let me execute this program. Alright, sir. Insert into EMP1. Values here we are getting there. Employee inserted successful. Now let me check in the database now. Select star from EMP1. First record here we are getting 1 AA 5000 and database. Now I want to insert second record here. Second record is like what there? BBB 6000 and database. Now whenever I'm trying to insert the second record here, now here what is going to be happen there? Now this ENO field is incremented automatically. ENO field is incremented automatically. Right, sir. Observe carefully now. Now I want to execute this again. Right, sir. Incremented. Now let us check this clearly. Now two value is incremented here. This column value is incremented. Only these values only we are providing there, but column value is incremented. Next, one more record here I want to provide. What is that one more record here I want to provide there? Right. And CCC 7000. And people may ask one question to me: what is the difference between increment and identity? Okay. What is the increment and identity? People may ask this question to me now. What is the answer, guys? Now tell me, what is the difference between increment algorithm and identity algorithm? Any idea? In the case of increment algorithm, okay, right, sir. Increment is like what there? Increment algorithm is providing primary key value, but identity is what their underlying database is providing primary key value. Please recognize the difference now. Increment algorithm, increment in the case of increment, no, hibernate software is providing primary key value. That is by incrementing the max value of the primary key column. But in the case of identity, who is providing the data? No, underlying database is providing that primary key value by incrementing the value. Understand? So a lot of difference is available between increment and what next one here? Identity. Is it clear or not? This is what exactly the difference here we can identify. Right. Then few more algorithms are remaining there. A few more things are available. So that few more things I will discuss with you later on. Tomorrow we will see the remaining content now. Okay. Right. Yes, Raj, and that's okay. That much information is not required here. Just basic how many mechanisms are available, what their functionalities that we are understanding. Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. And I'll see the remaining part in tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue the remaining content then. Okay. Thank you.